Welcome back. Beautiful sunshine outside on this Saturday afternoon after a Mavericks victory. That's back-to-back wins now against two of the top teams in the NBA. Boston at the end of the road trip, and now here today, Houston at the beginning of this homestand. Devin, our moment of the game brought to you by Legacy Precious Metals.
Hopefully we see more of this. I mean, the pick and roll, we got a dominant threat like AD's got to put it up there, let him do the rest. Off to a great start. And hopefully more to come.
Man, they're not just precious metals. They're precious friends, teammates. And Kyrie is metal. I'm telling you, the way he is playing, those two are going to go to the Hall of Fame. By the way, I don't want to say it out loud, but you have my vote.
And she gets one because she's there. That's right. The Hall of Famer has a little something to say about that. It's a connection that's been years in the making. We've heard them talk this week about how over their careers at various times they were not only on international team together, playing together very successfully, but also had hopes at times of playing in the NBA together. And here, Devin, it's finally come to fruition.
It is, and something they talked about, and obviously with the way these guys complement each other, it's going to be exciting. We know what Kyrie can do, especially picking his spots. We got a brief, set of what AD can do, and offensively with the way these guys spacing the floor, it's going to be fun to watch.
Well, the fans enjoyed it. We didn't know what to expect, by the way. This place was sold out. They were yelling from the beginning. They were into the game. You could feel the emotion. Everybody was feeling something, but it was all to the positive. It was all towards, we have to accept the guys that are here. And then they were won over just like that with their performance, with their energy, with how they cared. And, that's all you can do with fandom.
Mavs led by as many as 21 over the Houston Rockets, finished with a 116-105 victory. Let's hear from their head coach now. Here's Jason Kidd.
Tell us the way AD was set the tone today, and how's he doing right now?
Yeah, he was great. The way AD came out, I thought the group, the energy and effort was at a high. 18 block shots. I thought the defense set the tone there. And then also to be tested there in that third quarter, they went on a 19-4 run with a new group. Everybody stayed together, got the stops, and then we got back to our pace a little bit there in that third. And then, unfortunately, with the injuries, we lost some guys there, but again, we've been there before, next man up, and I thought Marshall, Christie, everyone who participated there in that third and fourth was good.
How's AD doing now?
I guess all right. We'll see how he feels tomorrow.
Saw a little bit of versatility from AD. He was able to do a lot of different things. I guess, what were you most impressed by?
He was AD. It's not that. It's very simple. It's not complex. It's like groceries. You know what you get.
Coach Kidd.
Right, Tim?
Looks like the bag spilled in the third quarter.
But we can clean up. We're here to clean up the mess. It's all right. Or four.
What do you think about Max's play tonight?
Maxie was great. He's been great since we've gotten him. Understanding, putting him in different roles. He was playing well before the trade for the Lakers, and so I think he has just carried over for a 21-year-old to have the maturity and the ability to step into a new situation. It just shows his character and who he is.
Coach Kidd, when you do have champions like Kyrie, like AD and Clay on the roster, can the chemistry come a little bit faster because they have been to the point where the team's trying to get to this season?
Yeah. Chemistry or the flow can come a little bit faster. Chemistry sometimes takes time, but the flow, because they know how to play, their basketball IQ, they know how to play off of each other. I think when you look at AD, he's pretty much just played off of someone in his career. And then also Kai, the same thing. So for those two, they understand how to play off of someone. And so you could see the flow in that first half was at a high.
First home game for you without Luka. What was today like for you? Was it just another day, or was
it's weird. It is weird. It's as everybody wants to talk about, the trade. Yeah, it's different. And we got to, keep pushing forward. And so it was weird, but understanding the business of basketball happens, and you got to play the games. And so we, as a group, you've seen this group has never complained about, no one's complaining about minutes. But just understand this group plays when it's tip off, they come out and they play hard. And unfortunately, sometimes we do lose, but this group never complains about it. We keep pushing forward. We keep learning about ourselves. And, hopefully at some point we could be healthy, and see what happens.
When you have this sort of a situation, is there kind of a galvanizing effect? And you know there's protests outside the arena and all that kind of stuff. You guys in the locker room felt what you got.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. We're not outside, so the only way we know about the protests is from you guys. So that's the way the game is played. We play the game inside. We're not playing the protests. We're not outside playing. The protest has nothing to do with the game. So those that protested have a right to do that, and understand where that's coming from. But the game is about basketball, and that group played at a high level against a very talented team in Houston. They're playing as well too. So big win for the Mavs. No matter what's happening outside the arena, the game is being played inside. So unless you guys telling us it's a protest, then it's a protest.
AD said yesterday, Jason, that he wants to bring life to this city. How did you see that early on, and specifically the I'm here moment? What was that like?
Yeah, I think that was pretty special. When you saw what he did right off the bat on the floor, and then the moment of where he embraced the fans, and the fans embraced him. And that's special. And that's just, we have the best fans in the league. And, for that moment to happen, for the announcement of when AD, was announced, the moment of the cheer was as loud as it could be. And that just shows the support that he has, and the welcome that he has come to Dallas. And as he said, he wants to, help us win a championship. And that's what he's here to do.
Well, I think between all of us, we've probably been in this building for hundreds of games, right? It feels like. And there's been moments along the way, right? Where you go, I'm not going to forget that. And it really felt like that, as you were watching, how the fans would embrace him, how he would come out. He did announce himself in such dramatic fashion, and to hear the noise in here and to feel the love in here. It's one of those things I'll never forget.
It's like groceries, right? You know what you're going to get. I mean, we've seen this guy play over the course of his career. I mean, this was no different than what we've seen, in all the other stops that he's had. And, to announce himself the way that he did, to give these fans who's had a hard week something to cheer about, I think was right on par, and it was exciting. And like I said, it gave me chills, especially in the first 5 minutes. And that's what you come to expect. And hopefully we see a lot more of that.
I was thinking about this before. If you're a player in this league, and let's say you're Anthony Davis and you have played for Jason Kidd, that is a calming effect. Just listening to J Kidd talk and his level, and not too high, not too low, respecting all the questions from the media. You have the right coach at the right time for the right situation, but he has an effect in the locker room. And it wasn't just as a player. And we all watched him, and he's a Hall of Famer, and he's a gold medalist, and he won an NBA championship. Who wouldn't have wanted to play for Jason Kidd? I would have loved that opportunity just because of the respect he has, how he handles situation. He's still maneuvering on the court, but now it's with a clipboard and from the sidelines, and he is just as effective now in a new position as he was when he was lifting people up around him on the court.
And you knew this team was going to have to ride the waves of adrenaline, excitement, and then a Rockets push, which was inevitably going to come. And it did, Devin. And to Jason Kidd's point, it was great. A new group out there really answered the call.
Yeah, and it's nothing that they haven't seen before. We've seen them come out a little bit flat in the third quarters, but they're able to respond. And I think getting back to the pace, getting back to getting stops helped. But when you got new guys coming in and put them in different situations, they're rising to the occasion. And I think to Nancy's point, when you got a coach who was a point guard who understands how to maneuver people, right? It's no different as a coach, except you're just expecting other guys to do it for you. But, pushing the right buttons at the right time in order to get these wins.
Well, there's a lot of point guards right here at the table. You're pushing us to be better.
Do I get to be a part? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I've never been so happy in my life.
You make us follow this, and we have to answer your question. So we do have point guards, and we know responsibility, and to see it happening on the court, with Jason Kidd and this team, it was fun because they never got tight. They were loose. They were ready for the moment, and when you're ready for the moment and it's actionary, good things will happen.
Anthony Davis led the way with 26, and his Laker teammate, now a Mavs teammate, Max Christie, right behind him with 23. And the Mavericks get the win over the Houston Rockets here today. Still more ahead. The new look Sacramento Kings are up next on the docket for this homestand. We'll preview it for you next. Points off the bench and some critical buckets in the second half as the Mavericks beat the Rockets. We take you back downstairs now to hear from the Knife.
Just playing hard. I'm starting to get my feet, my legs back under me, so feeling good again. Feeling like a basketball player again, so just sticking with it, playing hard.
Your impressions of AD in his first game before he got hurt?
Yeah, a monster. I knew this from the jump. Just a matter of time waiting for him to suit up. And as you can see, it's fun out there. Still miss Luka, but I'm looking forward to it and ready to win some games.
How do you change the dynamic of the team's defense?
Oh, man, he makes it so much easier. I think we could press up into the ball a little bit more, take away the three, a little bit more threes, and, more rebounds as well so we can get out on the break and start the break. So it's a tremendous difference, but, that's what he's here for, and it looked good tonight.
I mean, more block shots also. You guys set a franchise record with 18 blocks today. Just tell us how you able to clog up the middle.
Man, AD, man. Shout out AD. I think it was a team defensive effort, though, tonight. Shout out Gaff. I know he had 6 of them things. So it was a team defensive effort. And, we got a lot of guys who can guard, switch, big guys who can defend at the rim. So shout out to them.
Najee, how's the...
Love Najee. By the way, he shot 70% in the game today, 7 for 10 from the field. All right, Devin, the new look Kings, they're up next. What do you make of them?
I mean, Zach LaVine is a bucket. I mean, really can, shoot the ball well. You pair him up with his old teammate, with DeMar DeRozan. Obviously, they can score a lot of points. Curious to see what they do defensively, but, Doug Christie's got these guys playing hard.
Yeah, he's doing a great job, and the fact that they got bigger with Valanciunas, they are going to be a factor in the West because they got great scorers now, and they got a tremendous big.
There's a lot of interesting games ahead for the Mavericks before the All-Star break and a lot of work to be done. But today was an absolute success. Anthony Davis, a great debut and a Mavericks win. We can't wait to do it again. We'll see you next time.